Okay, continuing on the theme of consistency and some of the thoughts that all of you and some of you shared about having ample goal clarity or losing motivation time and again. Let's take one of the examples and see if we can understand this losing motivation and why is it important to keep our motivation up and how can we do that. There is one concept, and there are many. There are some people who are intrinsically always motivated, but there are many others who are not able to. So through trial and error, there is one thing that I want to share with you all today that has worked for me. Every time there is a goal, and assuming that there is ample goal clarity, that I have a goal, and there are times that I keep on losing motivation. How do I keep up to that? So I want to share one concept only today. There are many others, but we'll talk only about one today. And this concept is called the concept of compounding. To just make it simple and a little bit more relatable, anybody who has been reasonably regular to the gyms, like working out, a little bit on the weights, anybody here who's been doing it? So people who have been working out, let's assume you start your workout, you start gymming, your goal is to get fitter by, let's say, end of the year. So you start with lifting, let's say, 10 kgs of weight. One of the exercises that you're doing, 10 kgs of weight. And you're doing that consistently over the next 3 to 4 months. Chances are that initially you would immediately see results. You would immediately see your fat burning down. You are also likely to see maybe your muscle weight is increasing a little bit. You're showing a little bit more toned up than you were in the first 2-3 months. If you continue doing the same 10 kgs for the next 6 months, what is likely to happen? Anybody who has gone to the gym, either of you?
Nothing happens. You hit the plateau.
You hit the plateau.
You have to push your limits.
Pretty similar, right? Your trainer is going to come to you and basically going to tell you, listen, ma'am, sir, do you want to try 12 and a half instead of 10? It's also quite likely that the first time, if you are very used to doing 15 reps of 10 kgs, you are likely to do only 5 of 12 and a half. But you will break that plateau with that. 3 months you continue to do 12 and a half, you are going to hit the same plateau again. Again, somebody or yourself, you're going to come to saying that, oh, I have to do 15 and a half or 15, moving on to 17 and a half. What I'm talking about is introducing a certain additional effort. Once you get comfortable with the same level of effort and you are comfortable with the concept of consistency in that. So for the first time, you're beginning to make a habit, right? You're beginning to make a habit of, let's say, just landing at the gym every day, 5 times a week. Your first goal is to reach there. So you're not bothered about weights. Whatever you're picking up is better than what you were doing earlier. So there is already an additional level of effort that you are making. But once you get comfortable with that, and if you continue doing that, you have definitely hit a plateau. You've got to increase what we call compounding, the input, the effort, and then continue with the rhythm of consistency. And this zone of increasing the effort, which challenges you a little bit more, gives you a high, gives you motivation, because for motivation you need to start seeing results. From time to time you need to to start seeing results. This is also called a principle of Goldilocks, which says if you want to keep your motivation high and hence consistency at all points in time, you need to be very sharp in identifying at what point you are reaching a point of comfort and hence dropping the consistency. You need to at that moment increase the effort to challenge you a little bit, not beyond that. But that is going to start showing up results. That is exactly what is going to bring your motivation back up. This is called compounding. Increasing your base a little bit more and then consistently doing it. Then again increasing your input a little bit more of the effort and then consistently doing it. To just explain that for the people who understand quant a little bit. Anybody who has seen this equation? Anybody who has seen this equation?
Yes.
Yes. Right? What does it mean to you? 1.0 to the power of 365.
Even if you do the same thing for 365 days, it will be the same as you
Same result. But the moment you
Same input, but done consistently, you're likely getting the same output, but you're consistent. Right? You're not deteriorating. If you make it 0.99 to the power of 365, this number will be much lesser, much lesser than that. So you're putting in the same effort, but you're doing it consistently, you're likely to get the same output. Okay? Now what happens, and I know some of you might have seen this as well. If you increase your effort by just 1%, just 1%, this is just 1%, 0.01, 1% of 1. Yeah. So 1% increase in your effort, yet done consistently. So consistency is important, right? You have to do it repeatedly. But if you increase your effort just by 1%, the output is way more than what you were getting. You keep on doing Toastmasters for the whole year. You do not experiment with a single thing different than what you were doing the previous time. You're likely to be better, but the output is a 1. But you come every time, and you come every time with something that challenges you a little bit more. You see what you end up being by the end of the year. And as curious as I am, I was very keen to see what happens if I increase my effort by 2%. Now this most people don't know. If I just increase my effort by 2% instead of 1%, you would not believe the output. It's 1,377. It's simple mathematical equation. It is not even rocket science. And this is real, this is true in life. I just have to just slowly, steadily keep on increasing my effort in my consistency, and what I get back is a way better result than I would have got. So if I keep on increasing every month, I aim to increase my weight by 2%, my body structure, and I compound it with, let's say I want to eat healthier. I'm going to convert one meal in a day to the healthiest meal of the day. I start with that. I want to finish eating by 7:30 in the evening. I start with that. If I add just one little extra effort, the output that I'm going to see is very different. And that for me has worked extremely well. That for me, I believe, brings back your motivation so much more to stay consistent on the goal that you have set up for yourself, and bring you back every time, because what you end up doing is see results every short term. Every 2 months you'll start seeing results. And that itself will be something that will make you intrinsically so much more motivated, because you have built that cycle of motivation for yourself, that you don't depend on anybody else to tell you that, hey, good, get up, let's go to the gym. Okay? So what I want to tell you today and leave you with the thought is that consistency is what differentiates between average and excellent. how you stay consistent is what I've shared. You just keep compounding and start seeing results. So it's a combination of consistency with compounding that leads to results, that leads to you showing up and as excellent in any space that you want to show up as. With that, let's move on to another very exciting section, which is the table topics section. And today's table topic master is Toastmaster Anurag, who joined us in February 2023. He's a data analyst. He loves to read, he loves listening to music and going for walks. Let's welcome Toastmaster Anurag.
Hello everyone, today I am playing the role of table topic master, and as Kushi mentioned about her experience of Sarojini market, I think every one of you have different stories to tell. So what I thought that today's topic should be aligned around the personal experiences. So you have to introspect and share something personally, that anything personal story so that people could relate to you, and we can get the opportunity to know you better, right? And also today's topic are more succinct and easy to understand for you. So who want to come first? Now give me approach. This is Oreo approach. Though you cannot, you don't need to use it, because here, as I told you, you have to use personal stories. But still, I am explaining you. So there is an approach called Oreo approach. O stands for opinion, and after that you give reason, and then you explain it, and in the end you state opinion again. So this is kind of a structure that you can follow if you don't have any idea to come in your mind. So who want to come first? Okay, let's see. So this time, to select a topic, you have to share the month of your date of birth. Okay, so if it is January, you said 1. So with this, people also get to know about your month of date of birth. And if this like month is already taken, then you have to share first digit of your date of birth. Okay. So lesson learned from a mistake. A lesson learned from a mistake.
Sorry, is the table topic consistency or is it?
Table topics.
This table topic is a different thing.
Table topic is a different thing. Here I am giving you different topics and you have to speak on it.
Lesson learned from the mistake.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll share my experience when I was working at Zydex Industries. Basically, my role was to pitch a product, pitch a paid product, and there was very hesitation in the market because the product was new and it wasn't trusted by many of the architects and builders. So I did a mistake at that point of time, and I wasn't able to convince the people on why you should use a Zydex base, and I realized that mistake once I had turned down few of our clients, and then I realized that first I have to believe in the product, then only I can make a sale. So I went all through the documents again that was provided by the company and saw its features. Like, it was a very unique product. It was awarded and recognized by international agencies, and it is a mineral-based product, so it penetrates inside the walls. And these things, after knowing about these things and knowing about the technicalities of the product, I was able to convert some things. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am, for sharing about your personal stories related to your work. Now, who want to come next? Any guest? You have to share any story about turning point in your life. So, Asta, your topic is turning point in life.
So I come from a family of atheists who don't believe in God and who think that if you believe in God then you are uneducated. And a friend of mine, when I visited her, she had put a book in my, she insisted and put a book in my bag. It was called Basics of Buddhism. And I was sitting one day in a courtroom and I didn't have anything to do. I was waiting for the judge to pronounce his judgment, and it was a very long period. So I opened that book. It was a 25-page book. I read it and I was shocked. It was very, very scientific, and I was a science student. And then I went back home. I read it again. It made a lot of sense. I read all about Buddhism on the internet. And that's where my journey of spirituality started. Then I happened to meet somebody and he tells me that this one temple that he goes to, and he's a very educated person, and says that yes, God exists, of course, right? I mean, how can you say that God doesn't exist? So he told me about his experiences, and I couldn't work in office for a week because I was shocked. All my principles of scientific principles, everything went out of the window. And that's how my journey in spirituality started. And that was a major, major turning point in life. That happened very late at the age of 32, but I am glad that happened.
Really nice story about a turning point in life. Now, I would request any member to raise. So, Chris, your title is Learning from Failure. Learning from Failure.
Well, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This topic, I have encountered this situation many times in my life, and I am trying to recall which one to pick. I will go back to my college days because it was a transition when I was graduating and entering into the job market. I was learning how to drive, and I did not, I have never driven a car before, a manual car, changing the gears. It was very difficult for me. And the place where I was staying, it was up a hill. And before, just in front of the house, there was an intersection on a steep slope, almost like 45-degree slope. And I had to stop over there and see that whether there are any vehicles, if it's clear, and then cross the intersection. And using a manual on this 45-degree slope was extremely difficult because when I put the first gear, the car would go back. My friend was sitting next to me and he was telling me use the handbrake and those things, and it was so frustrating. Sometimes I wouldn't even stop, come to close to the intersection, see if nobody is there, just run through, accelerate through it. Just for the fear of if I stop, I'm going to slide back. But somehow, that failure, every time that I was failing, I tried to think calmly that what is the reason? Why I am not able to use the handbrake? Why I am getting frustrated in trying to manage with the accelerator and the brakes? But through practice, I slowly got used to it, and somehow I was able to manage to negotiate that intersection. So that was a good lesson learned for me, that failures every time that I am failing, and what I learned from those mistakes, using the handbrake, having trying to keep more patience, and trying to be in the moment. So that's all. Thank you.
Now we want to come next. Any guest?
Aditi Paul. ADI Aditi Paul.
So Aditi, your topic is favorite hobby. You have to share about your favorite hobby.
Hi everyone. I'm Aditi Paul, and this is my first toast.
I'm just asking about the month of Valentine. So your name, Deepika, your topic is any personal goal you have achieved. You have to share any personal goal that you have achieved.
Hi everyone. So I come from a family where we are expected to where our parents expect us to do a government job instead of going for a corporate one or a private one. So when I was doing my graduation, my parents were quite inclined towards me going to this government sector. And at that point, I have been seeing my cousins, and I've seen their personality, I've seen their lifestyles, and I kind of wanted to achieve that personality. I kind of wanted that kind of lifestyle, you can say. So in government sector, what happens that you are quite consistent, you are not growing much. That's what I think. So I wanted to go in this field. So what happened after my graduation, what I tried to do is, first what I want to achieve, that was my goal. So I tried to find out what are my possible options. So I was a mathematics student, and so I tried to, so what I set up my goal was to become a data analyst. And for that, what I needed to do was, how can I become that, how can I become a data analyst? And for that, I first sorted out all the options and came down to the courses that I need to learn, the skills that I need to learn. And for that, I tried hard and made it up to IIT Guwahati and did my masters in mathematics and computing. And later on, I did an internship, learned all the things by myself, and I joined Amex as a data analyst and still doing that work.
Good story. Which one? You have to share month of your date of birth. Where? Your name? So Gaurav, your topic is a fear you overcame. A fear you overcame, Gaurav.
Okay. So I have been working out for quite some time now. So my journey with gymming started when I was having this problem of high blood pressure and also related to some of the obesity related problems. So my journey with gymming started about 3 years back. So while I was continuing with gymming, it led to stagnation after a while, after 1.5 to 2 years, that I was not getting the right kind of benefits that one is supposed to have a gymming, and was not getting the reduction in the weight as I was expecting. One of my friends and office colleagues, they introduced me and made me interested in running. So that is where I started a journey with running, and with that, a fear that was in my mind, and I had experienced that with running earlier while doing long distance running, that my breath will catch up. I might, because of the blood pressure situation, I might end up getting a stroke or something like that, and I might go beyond the limits, and that would create havoc with my health. Gradually, I built up. Last year, in the winters, I started with running 500 meters. Then it went to a 1 kilometer. Then going forward 2 kilometers. I continued with it till March. And coming to April, I was able to do a 10-kilometer run by my own without any stopping. And that was an achievement, and I overcame my fear. And now, again in April, I've done again a 10-kilometer. So that was one of the fears that I overcame. Thank you.
Really good journey of from fear to start running 10 kilometers. Good achievement. Now who want to come next? Any member? We have not taken any road. Kaveri? You want to come? So you have to say the month of your date of birth. You have to choose this. You have to say most memorable trip. Most memorable trip.
So it was in the month of March during holy holidays, where our office have given unexpected holidays which was not told before, was told a week before. So I couldn't plan my trip to go to my hometown, which is Hyderabad. So we have a couple of internships people like who are same age. So we all of a sudden had a plan to go to a hilly area. So we thought where we had to go. So then we, after googling everything and searching all the websites, ticket availability, room availability, we had planned to go to Dehradun, which is in Uttarakhand. Then again there in Uttarakhand, after going to Dehradun, we went to Mussoorie. Then it was my first trip where we had taken a two-wheeler to go to Mussoorie, which was, whenever I travel with my parents, I see we go in a car, we hire a cab driver and we go for a trip. There I see a lot of people youngsters enjoying their trip. So this was a moment where I had actually can enjoy with my friend, couple of friends on a bike. So whenever we want, we stop, we do photos, we enjoy the greenery, and we can take the bike wherever we want, stop wherever we want. So that was my best trip, road trip ever. So
really good memories, good experiences, and I believe with these experiences we get to know about each other better. So do we have time left? Last one. Who else want to come? Any member? Yeah, Abhishek. Please. You want to come? So you have to share one of your data.
Well,
Well, is already taken, so you have to share first digit of your data. Then you also second.
6.
So you have to share a story where you stepping out of your comfort zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone, Prashant.
I have a story of when I came to Delhi long back, 15 or 20 years back. Since I came from a small town, I was not aware like this is a hustling and bustling city, Delhi. So in order to when I got a job, I had to buy it was a requirement to purchase a bike because it was required some to visit some customers. So I purchased a bike. And believe it or not, it's a total different experience when you drive a bike over here in Delhi. Nobody moving the lane, and I was afraid, how will I drive? How am I going to drive the bike in this bustling city where U9 buses generally take a race with government buses, if you remember in the way back. And one time, and I was going on the NH48, I was not aware. I was instead of going on the left lane, I was going on somewhere in the middle lane, and suddenly the Rajasthan road bus passed through me. I was just got frightened, and suddenly my bike was about to tilt, and I was about to hit someone sideways. Luckily, I was safe, and I thought like it was my fear that how will I drive the bike in the big city. Over a period of time, I became confident, and I purchased a car then. This is not going to happen. I need to buy a car. I purchased a car. I thought I will drive a car in this city. And initially, again, it took me time to where the people nobody generally drive the car in lane over here. You need to learn how to navigate your car within and move and to reach your goal. So, I became confident now. Initially, I used to look at when I used to change the gear and pedal and everything, accelerate. Then now I am very much confident. Even before I can generally drive a car with a single hand. And I don't know when I'm very much confident. I can drive a long hours, even a 10 hours drive within any city, any metro city. So that was my fear, and I overcame over the time. Thank you.
This is all from table topic session. I hope you really enjoyed it. Now I would like to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag, and to all the members and guests who raised their hands and walked up on the stage. Let's take a minute to give feedback to Toastmaster Anurag for this section. that, let's move on to our last and the third and the final section, which is the evaluation section. For that, let me re-invite Toastmaster Bhanu on the stage and he will share with us the evaluations.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpi, and a very good afternoon to everyone. Now we come to the most important session of today's meeting, which is evaluation. It is said that feedback is the breakfast of champions. We are all champions. So let's have a breakfast. First, I would like to invite our prepared speaker, Toastmaster Logan's evaluator, Toastmaster Ankit, to give him feedback. Toastmaster Ankit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhanu. I will try to be a little louder because when I was sitting there, I was feeling like everyone is speaking a little low today. It's because of fan, I guess. So games are won by the players who focus on the playing field, not on the scoreboard. Warren Buffett said that he's a very successful investor. You might have heard of him. Similarly, Lokendra today said that we should focus on the moment, in the present, not on certain kind of achievement or a goal that may or may not happen. And this could be a guaranteed way to be happy, because sometimes we expect that we might get a certain kind of car, a big house or whatever, but that may or may not happen because it depends on so many things. Now, there are a few things which I really liked about his speech. The first thing is he started with a question which made his speech quite engaging and interactive. This is something we can learn from him. And then he gave his personal story, like in his childhood, he loved playing with the toys. Then it was cricket. Then he started enjoying studies. But in college, he realized that there is something more than grades as well. And while he was working, he realized that there is some kind of emptiness in his life. It was not until he visited the mountains, the hills, where he felt like we can do something in which we can experience the happiness in the moment, not in some kind of goal or achievement. So rather than waiting for happiness, we should visit places, connect with people, enjoy the moment. And that's the message of his speech. Now, just like any speech, although it was a good speech, but I have few recommendations. In his last speech, he got a recommendation that he should be focusing on the vocal variety and the conversation part. But I found that missing because he did not focus at all on the vocal variety and the conversation part. His speech was mostly on the same pace, although his speech was great. So to begin with, maybe Toastmaster Lokendra, you can include some conversation part, like when you were on mountain, you can include a part you were talking to your friend about few random things. And to begin with vocal variety, you not necessarily have to shout, because sometimes people get that impression that for the vocal variety they have to shout. You can just stress on few things, few sentences, and change pace. Like I really like the mountains. I enjoyed the moment. So you are basically changing the pace. You are not shouting or doing anything crazy. Just try including that. And maybe later on you can just raise your voice to put your message through. So however, your eye contact was great, your stage movement, your body language, everything was marvelous. Your message in the speech was very meaningful. I really liked it. But just add few recommendations, and I hope it will add sparkles to your already shining speech. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankit. That was quite helpful. Now I would like to invite our second evaluator, Toastmaster Varun, to evaluate Toastmaster Kushi's speech. Clap, please.
excitement, vibrancy, and positivity to this stage, and I really like this. So kudos to her for bringing the energy to this stage today. If I talk about content, it was extremely interesting and engaging. I could see people chuckling, nodding, participating. Something like good लो 150 रुपये में good लो मेरी जान तेरे में बसती है जैकेट बड़ी सस्ती है so amazing and lot of humor also, so it keeps audience engaged, and that is the real hallmark of the good speaker. Very nice. Next is the way of storytelling. I was like, I am in the Sarojini Nagar market only. Yes or no? It was
Yes.
very vivid, very clear. You know, guys following me or saying Gucci, so very nice. So, very clear. I could actually relate to it. So the storytelling method was amazing. It was kind of like live show. Next was stage movement, very confident. You were playing different roles, role of a salesman, role of a customer, so you could move accordingly. So that was very good. Then of course eye movement, total variety. I can go on. Again, very nice. So everybody was engaged. Then the last connotation is like the Toastmaster Shilpi was sharing, consistency with compounding. I think I could see that in you. So every time you come to this stage, you come with new thing, new structure, new story. So keep doing that, you are doing amazing. The only recommendation I could see, you ask questions like who will notice you more, but rather waiting for the answer, you kept on, you answered yourself. And I think audience did not get the chance to answer or respond. So that is one thing. Overall, it was very amazing, very engaging, very interesting. People were there with you and enjoying the message and your way of storytelling. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varun, for succinctly giving the feedback. Now it's time for our auxiliary role players. So let's see how everyone is doing. Oh, okay, sorry. So it's time for our table topics evaluation. So all the table topic speakers who came on stage today, they will get feedback from our Toastmaster Patrice.
Good morning again. So it was very interesting table topic session and good participation from the guests as well as the members. I will start the evaluation of the guests first. Really appreciated your courage and the initiative that you have shown to come on stage and speak. It's not easy and it takes a lot of enthusiasm and determination to come over here, attend the session and speak. Overall, it was very good speeches, lot of great stories such as achieving personal goal, becoming a data scientist, then from atheist to being understanding religion, reading a Buddhist book, paragliding, going to the gym, eating a plateau and how to maintain consistency and growth. Overall, it's wonderful stories, spoken with ease, with comfort. One suggestion what I would say is keep coming on stage, join Toastmasters, because it's such a thing is if you stop coming to stage, you start sliding backwards. So keep the journey, keep pushing, be consistent. Now I will move on to the members. The first member was Mayan. Lessons learned from a mistake. He took some time to think about the topic, but how he presented is wonderful. Beautiful story of launching a product and not believing it in the product himself, yet trying to sell it to the client. Learning that mistakes and quickly growing from that one. It's a wonderful story. You had good eye contact, We could slightly work on the voice modulation and some movement on the stage to ensure that you are going to engage the entire audience. Then coming to Harpreet, good story on support system, spending time with the family. Yes, in your case also, I feel you have occupied the stage more one corner to another, just to make sure, because the audience is spread, you are connecting every corner. Then I will move on to the next one quickly. Yours was a very good story, trip to Dehradun, and how it was unplanned and you came up with ideas and you had a good trip over there. But most of the time you had good eye contact, but most of the time it was in a certain frequency. You could have modulated slightly your voice up and down, and you could have occupied the stage more, because that's it was more like communicating to the center of the room instead of. But overall, it's good speech, good story, confidently spoken. Then the last one was T.M. Prashant. Your speech was very good. You had good voice modulation, body language, movement on stage, good story. So overall, I do not have any feedback except that you continue the journey, keep coming on stage. So that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prithvish. That was nicely summarized. Feedback for all the tabletop speaker. Now it's time for our auxiliary role players. So let's see how we are doing on our time, grammar, and our counters. So first, I would like to invite our grammarian, Toastmaster Prithvi.
Well, only couple of people have used the word of the day succulent. So I request more and more people who use the word of the day during their evaluation or prepared speeches, if possible. So when it comes to grammar, it is not the brightest student, not bright student. Then we must not use is, we must use was. So as you go inside, instead of as you go inside, or as you go inside, you can use moving forward, as I go, as I walk down, so on and so forth. So like this was my evaluation for the day. I couldn't see much of grammatical errors, because both the speeches was good and Timo did an excellent job, and the flow was consistent, and I couldn't I was just focusing on the content then in case of evaluating.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prithvi. Next, I would like to invite our R counter for the day, Toastmaster Abhishek. Clap, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, as a counter, I will be focusing on table topic sessions and the prepared speeches. First, we're going to go to Toastmaster Lokendra. Toastmaster Lokendra only used but 2 times, that's it, and he's been doing good. Next is Toastmaster Kushi. Kushi used 1 time, and that's it, nothing else. Let's move towards table topics. Toastmaster Mayank used 8 times, 2 times, so 3 times, and like 2 times. Now we're going to move forward to guest Asta. Asta used 2 times, 1 time so, and but 4 times. One more thing I wanted to add in Toastmaster Lokendra's speech, that he used and multiple times where it was not required much. Now we're going to move forward to the table topic for Toastmaster Prithvish. Prithvish, you used 3 times, 2 times, so 1 time, but 4 times. Now for the guest Aditi. Who's Aditi? She's there. She has used 13 times, so 4 times. We're gonna move forward to Toastmaster Harpreet. Harpreet used 5 times well, 2 times, so 2 times, like 1 time, and but 2 times. Now we're gonna move forward to guest Deepika. Deepika used 8 times, 2 times, so 3 times, like 1 time, that's all. Guest Gaurav. Gaurav used 5 times 4 times so, and 2 times but. Toastmaster Prithvi used 11 times, so 7 times, and that's it. Toastmaster Prashant used 1 time, so 2 times. One more thing I wanted to add in Mayank, Astha, Deepika and Gaurav, Prithvi. They started their speech with so and that's it. So you have to focus on that also. And Harpreet, you have to speak a little louder in the next time because it was not audible at all. So that's all from my comments.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek, for a very comprehensive report. Now, I would like to invite our timer, Toastmaster Prashant, to give the timing report. Clap, please.
So as a timer, I checked everyone in a time limit. I mean, whether everyone has completed their speeches on time or not. To start with the joke master, Mr. Varun, I think overall time allotted was 2 minutes 30 seconds, and you took 3 minutes 30 seconds because I know you had took the permission to complete your joke. So now it's a evaluation pattern. They will decide whether he is disqualified or qualified. And the Mr. Toastmaster Lokendra, who took 6 minutes 14 seconds, very well done, completed within the stipulated time. Khushi, Ludlo, 151 Ludlo, so she completed in 5 minutes 14 seconds. So very well done, Mayank. And the people, I'm talking about the table topping masters. Mayank completed in 1 minute 32 seconds. Astha, 1 minute 45 seconds. Prithvish completed within stipulated time 2 minutes 12 seconds. Aditi, 1 minute 26 seconds. Harpreet, 1 minute 2 seconds. If you completed below 1 minute, you would have been disqualified. And Deepika, 1 minute 57 seconds, she completed it. Gaurav, 2 minutes 21 seconds. Prithvi, 1 minute 30 seconds. Myself, I took myself 2 minutes 15 seconds. Now Toastmaster Ankit Evaluator for speech 1. 3 minutes 51 seconds, over and beyond 21 seconds as a allotted time. Toastmaster Varun, he was evaluator for Khushi. His evaluation was completed within 2 minutes 34 seconds. Toastmaster Table topping master Prithvish evaluation 3 minutes 24 seconds. Just completed 6 seconds before. Well done. And Graminian Prithvi 1 minute 20 seconds. Completed. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prashant. Now it's my time to give the detailed report, detailed feedback about the overall conduct of the meeting. So today's meeting was conducted in a very good environment. The improvement I see that, as Toastmaster Shilpi said, that we have to continuously improve. If we don't improve and keep doing the same thing, we will still be there. So today I saw that after many weeks, we started on time at dot 10:30. So kudos for that, Toastmaster Prithvi. Also, I see some of the role players were here well before the time. So it is expected that all the role players should be here at least 15 minutes before the start of the meeting, so that we can start on the time. I saw a couple of role players, they were a little late. So my advice to them, please be here at least 10 minutes before the start of the meeting, just to understand their role and take up the role. Kudos to the members, because we didn't have all the role players today. So kudos to Toastmaster Prithvish Toastmaster Varun and Toastmaster Prithvi to take the roles at the last minute. So that's the spirit of Toastmasters. We are ready to volunteer at any time. Okay. So be ready to volunteer, because when you volunteer, you put yourself in the service of the organization. Now coming to the individual role plays, Toastmaster Prithvi started the meeting as Sergeant at Arms, so he was very good today. I see a lot of improvement in him. He started very well with the guidance of guidelines as well as the Toastmasters vision, and also he welcomed warmly everyone. Presiding officer Toastmaster Abhishek, so he was good in his activity. He welcomed the guests and gave them chance to introduce themselves, so that's a good thing. And he could be a little bit clear on his pronunciation and also the grammar part, because when he was referring to Toastmaster Aparna, he was referring to her as him, so just be careful about that. Toastmaster Shilpi, again, she is a very well accomplished speaker. It shows from her presence on the stage. She gave us a very good message about the consistency. She had good anecdotes, stories to tell about Ronaldo, as well as about how we can improve that equation, 1 raised to power 365 equal to 1, and when you do 1%. So very good enlightening speech. Only one suggestion, because the speakers on the back side, or the audience on the back side, they can't hear because of the fan and other things, so maybe you could be a little bit louder in your volume. And it's a general advice to everyone that please check with the audience on the back side whether they can hear you properly or not. If the audience can't hear you, then your message is lost somewhere. So just be careful about that. Again, the speeches, they were already evaluated by the evaluators, so I'm not going to comment on that. Table topics, very thoughtful and little bit challenging table topics, because people are made to think, but they can speak. So I could see all the speakers, they have something to say. So kudos to Toastmaster Anurag to come up with those table topics. You could have explained the format. I think you missed the part that speakers have 1 minute, minimum 1 minute to speak. Other than that, you could also be little louder, because many times we had difficulty to hear you. Okay. Next is our evaluators. Toastmaster Ankit did a wonderful job. He started with a quote and he analyzed the speech. He gave his commendations. He used third person for the speaker, so he was addressing everybody and maintaining good eye contact with the audience. So just remember that evaluation, when you are giving an evaluation to a speaker, it's for everyone. So everyone has something to learn from that. So he did a good job. And he gave the recommendation. I would have expected some more demonstration on the recommendation part, how the speaker could improve. So when the recommendation is the major part, you are giving commendation, that's good, but when you are giving a recommendation, just show how he can improve. Not only telling him what he needs to improve, you need to tell him or her that how he can do. So just demonstrate it. Toastmaster Varun, he used very good language and about Toastmaster Kushi's speech, but he gave only one recommendation. I would expect minimum 2 recommendations. So make it a rule, 2 commendation, 2 recommendation, because here we are all here for improvement. So recommendation is the main part of the evaluation. Just make sure. Again, coming to the auxiliary role players, they did a fantastic job. Toastmaster Prithvi, I would have expected you could have noted down some more good uses of grammar, good uses of language, and just to tell them. So maybe next time when you take the role, you can work on that. Our counter did a fantastic job. He kept tab of every R's and M's, and of course the timer also did a very good job. So overall, meeting was conducted well today, and we are almost within time today. So we are also improving on that aspect, that our meetings end generally late. So that's my evaluation, and so claps to everyone for such a wonderful meeting. With that, I would like to invite our presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhishek, to give his concluding message.
A big round of applause for Toastmasters Shilpi for giving a wonderful session on consistency and a great learning we have today from the Toastmasters Shilpi. A big round of applause. Now, a big round of applause for yourself coming on summer, this summer and standing with her. And the voting link has been shared. We can start voting all the role players based on the performance. The guests can scan the QR code from the nearby Toastmasters members. The voting link has been shared. Yes, the new link has been shared on the group. Meanwhile, I can utilize the time to take the feedback from the guests. So, yes, Deepika, can you share the feedback on the today meeting?
So it's my first time attending the Toastmasters, and the main goal I had in my mind was to be able to speak what I had in mind, and that's what I saw in everyone's speech as well. And since I was able to deliver my thoughts as well, and I feel it was a good session. And moving forward, I think it would be better if I would be able to deliver it in a more articulate manner. So this was good.
That's right. Now moving to another guest, those Gaurav, can you share the feedback of the today meeting?
Really like the construct of the meeting. Really like the construct of the meeting and the topics covered. We start the meeting topic consistency and the example cited was very good. And yeah, all the Toastmasters who presented speeches. I mean, they have put it was visible that they have put in a lot of effort in preparing those speeches. And yeah, kudos to all the guests who had the courage to come to the stage and present.
That's great.
Thanks everyone.
Open. So now moving to another guest, Asa, can you share the feedback and recommendation from your side for the today meeting?
Was good, but the feedbacks which were given, they could have been more elaborate. Like somebody said that, don't only share the good part, but share at least to things to improve on, and not. And I think Manu said not what is to be improved, but how to be improved. I think feedback is very, very important.
Okay, we consider that feedback, and we will, from the next meeting, we will more specific with the evaluation section. Now, I hope the voting, everyone has voted for the today meeting. Just wait for the couple of minutes. We have the like we have 2 to 3 minutes right now for making the certificate. So I can start making a story. So I will take one sentence and another people will continue with that sentence. So the next week I was like they just trip going to the Simla in my pocket. So next week I am planning to have a similar trip with my pocket partners. Now to see up to you.
I think we should decide the budget and places we need to explore.
Kaveri, the places and the budget we have. So there is a sentence I have said. So you have to create a story on that. Okay.
We have started a
Keep
story
adding,
and
keep adding on the sentence.
Add this on to make the entire story.
Okay, story.
Yeah, I thought we should and this is all of this.
Okay. So Kushi and Kavi have discussed regarding the
Yeah.
illustration, not illegal.
If you are on a budget travel as well, then you go to Nakanda, which is just few kilometers away from Shimla, and is a good place. So you should go.
So visiting to Nakanda when you are going to the Simla, yes sir.
So now we are deciding, we already decided to move Shimla, but I don't want like we should stay at least minimum 4 nights and 5 days rather than rushing to just to cover all the sites and we enjoy and chill over there in Shimla.
So now as the Prasant has said that he is looking forward to stay in the Simla. Shilpi? So,
Let's
okay.
drive now.
Let's
Drive.
oh, let's drive to Simla. Okay. Now we are in Simla. So Assam.
Every morning we will get up early in the morning and everybody will go for bird watching.
Okay. Go for the bird watching. I'm sick.
The budget was very high and that's why I quit from this. And I went back to home.
So
Because I wanted to skip my Toastmasters class.
okay. So now the Abhishek has just quit from the Simla trip.
But
Now
he is already in Chula.
Now I'm going back.
he is going back because he has a Toastmaster meeting today. Now the God. What do you want to add over there?
Depending on how many people are going, we should hire a temporary traveler. And
We are already in Simla. We are already in Simla. Like our team are there.
We are in the mountains.
He is back home na he said. No, only he is back.
I think
The
the
entire team are
Take
there.
it back.
the hotel we are staying is again is not very much okay to the hotel.
Okay. So changing the hotel now has been.
Let's explore more places nearby Shimla so that we can enjoy the nature also. The Shimla is good for it.
So what the nature? Location? Smriti?
So if we are exploring the nature of the Shimla, we should explore the food stores and nearby places.
So exploring the nearby places. So location?
Yeah. I would suggest let's focus on the healthier options of food.
Healthy option. Man, the guy.
Here or junk, we can go to Shimla or marketplace in Shimla so that we can find more food stalls there.
So the visiting to the marketplace. Anurag, what you will?
I booked my ticket with Abhishek, who attended Toastmasters meeting, and I went back with.
So Anurag also went back with Abhishek. The
Tickets
budget.
not booked, no?
We have explored Shimla, the city, the nature, the area nearby. So 5 days, 4 nights are over. I am also coming.
So he is also coming back. The similar take almost getting over. Good one.
So I would like to trek to Kufri and other unexplored.
Okay, so now Banu sir has taken another trip to Kufri.
Kufri, no, Shimla.
Yeah, Shimla. Ankit, the last one.
Yeah, same thing. We should go for sightseeing and exploring to different places in the Shimla.
Okay, exploring the site. So now completing the story, like since the 5 day has completed, now we are coming back and enjoying the Sunday night and planning for the next day. Now the end of the story. And thanks everyone for participating in this. Now coming towards the certificate and who are getting reward for the today day. So the today meeting is starting with the auxiliary role play. We have 3 auxiliary role play. Toastmaster Prasant, the timer. Our counter here Toastmaster Abhishek Sharma and the governing here Toastmaster Shilpi. Whom you think the winner of the today auxiliary role player? Anyone? Abhishek? Prasant. So is Toastmaster Abhishek.